Okay. Maybe. Okay, I think it's working. Hey, it's finally working. Okay, I think it's working. Hey, probably pause that. That's gonna cause a loop. Okay. And hide that. Alright, I think that's finally working. That is wonderful. Let me know if you can hear me. If not, I'm gonna have a whole nother issue of troubleshooting. Okay, cool. Trying to use a proper streaming thing so you can actually see my screen without, having a phone up and trying to record it. Because that's been a pain. Let me open this on my phone so that way I can read the comments. Or no, I can do this. You can see it? Okay, good. Let me do this so I can see the comments. Ignore that. That's... Okay, cool. Go ahead and shut my door. There we go. Okay. Awesome. That's working out now. I just finished all the way up to episode 100 this morning, comprised it into the larger videos. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on 101 to 110. And I did not expect the series to last this long, to be honest. I had estimated about 130 whenever I started it, like this season. I think it's going to get closer to like 190, maybe 200. Okay, yeah, 100 comes up tomorrow. I'm trying to make them ahead, and then if I can get enough made ahead of time, then I'm going to start uploading like 2 a day. But for now, it's just 1. That's why I'm going to try to get 10 done today, if not tomorrow, and then hopefully I can get up to like 2 a day. I'm also trying to stockpile for during the school year, because that semester, starts in the fall again. Okay, create video. Oh, what the heck? Start here. No, where is it? Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. Yeah, so like I'm on page 38 out of 68. And I keep trying to find stuff to cut out, but I don't really want to cut any of it out because it all seems important somehow. Waiting for something to happen. I think I do, but gosh, I try to remember everybody by their profile picture. Studio. Like, I think I recognize yours, but I'm not 100%. Oh, yes. Yes, I did tease that in one of my community posts, and it didn't happen the way I kind of teased it. Yeah, that one happens really, really late. It's after the whole Siberia situation, because I'm trying to, like, slowly build up to that relationship, because, they grew up as, like, buddies. And he's, Yes No's like the little sister. Sorry, you'll find out. I say Yes No. That is the name inside my head is Yes No, not your name. It's a whole story. That it's just weird. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited for all of this because I'm start like using her powers and everything, and I've got a lot of the way through writing season 4 of the last few days, and it is exciting. I think because it's like a lot of her powers, it gets like kind of dark. Watch the whole series from season 1 to season 3 and watch it. Thank you so much. It's been a journey. Looking from the first few episodes I posted to these, it's a huge difference. I never thought that this series would be so big and so long when I first started. Oh, hi. Thank you. I had expected it to only be 100, maybe 150 episodes total. So whenever I hit 130 on season 2, I was just amazed. And then doing this one, we've already hit 100 and we're only like halfway through. So it's crazy. Season 4, I think, is going to be a lot shorter. I think it'll be I don't think it'll break 100. It'll probably be right around 80. But I don't know for sure because I'm not done writing it. But I think it's about 20 pages so far. Yeah, 17 pages. And this is right, and I've gotten to like right before Endgame battle. Kind of trying to explain why she's not, dead after reasons. It's the whole process. Thank you so much. How do you go like Nymi? Oh yeah, that's how I pronounce her name. Nymi. Yeah, I think, oh gosh, I counted them up one time. There are 230 plus 50. So there's about 200 and, oh yeah, there's 287 episodes that I've made so far. 286 have been posted. It's a lot. We're getting close to the 1 year mark. I forgot the day that I posted the very first video, and I'm gonna go back and look, and I'm gonna try to do something kind of special for that. Because it'll be 1 year. It's crazy. Yeah, I had fully never expected this to make it so far. Wow, I hope that works out. You gotta stick with it. I have wanted to give up quite a few times, but you gotta stick with it. You got it. Just find your story that makes sense and just run with it. What's up? I turned 17 in February. So, not incredibly old, but also not super young. Really? I didn't get really big into Marvel until about 14, 15. That's when I actually watched all of the movies at like 14. And then I started watching like the POV videos last summer. And then I couldn't find any more that I really liked, so I made my own. That's how this happened. Okay. So you're, what is that, a sophomore in like high school? Thank you. I guess. I don't know. I'm told I look a lot older. I go to school with like 19-year-olds because I'm a college, sophomore now. I'm not a freshman anymore. And nobody really believes me when I'm like, yeah, 17. Apparently I look like 19, 20. You're a freshman. Okay. Dang, ma'am. I try to keep up with which ages are which because I have friends from when I went to high school with, and they're juniors now, and I have some that are seniors this next year. So I try to kind of keep up with when they're all graduating so I can, congratulate them and all that kind of stuff. Snow Rogers times Bucky. Season 3 episodes 101 to 110. Okay. Nice. Sailing in the same boat. Have y'all both finished your school years? Okay. I get that. I have a kind of Hispanic raised mother, and she is very big on the you will say yes ma'am or you will get slapped. But it worked out. Definitely taught respect. Can't really complain too much. Oh yeah, if you don't want spoilers, don't read what I'm putting down. 14 less than a month. Okay, nice. Also, if either of you are interested, you are able to read this whole thing. I linked it right underneath my bio in the YouTube. And yes, happy early birthday to you. Zoom right there. Dang. I finished up, let's see, 3 weeks ago? Let's see, I think 2 weeks. Yeah, I think I finished up 2 weeks ago. Where are y'all from? I'm from Texas. Good old Texas of USA. Dang, you're still in school? I would have thought they're all out by now. Oh, never mind, Garland. Sorry, that's one of the cities near me is still in. 2 weeks? Dang, that is a lot. Latest school I know is ending this week. Baltimore, okay. To either of you that has watched my previous streams, is this formatting better? I don't know if either of you have. Previously, I just used my phone to record it because I didn't want to download software, but I finally did it, which is why there were so many issues with it uploading. Turns out I started 3 different streams and had them on private accidentally instead of public. So I was very confused trying to figure out why the heck I couldn't find the video. Turns out it was private. Who do you like better, Nymi or Hella? Same. Nymi will always be my favorite. She's amazing. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done any streams. Gosh, probably like a month, maybe 2. Been super busy. I finally got some time to just sit down and make videos, start up a stream and everything. I had completely planned for Nymi to be her only companion. Hella was a very last minute decision. I didn't want to just like spring a power and be like, oh yeah, by the way, she can do this. And it seemed like I was just kind of adding powers as they fit the story, because I had planned out that she was going to be able to talk to animals of the night or dark or black or whatever you want to call it, like crows and ravens and black cats, that kind of thing. But he's my companion. He is the best companion. I love the relationship that I've kind of written with them, because he's just kind of sweet and protective like the whole time. Yes, shadows, shadow creature kind of thing. That's the theme of the whole thing, you know, with the onyx. I had debated doing like vibranium, but I couldn't really explain that, so I went with onyx. And then the shadow thing, of course. Yes, she's a massive wolf. I know it's like never in the story really, I don't think, but she is a gray wolf, like the species gray wolf, but completely black, which is half the reason that I decided to base the story out of Germany, because they are native to a certain area of Germany. I full on planned it out, like on a map, where this was, what city they were close to make sure it kind of made sense. Okay. It's been so long since I've read some of the story. I keep going back and like rereading the future parts just to make sure everything kind of makes sense. What's your question? But the relationship I'm kind of trying to build between them is, she's like hot-headed and aggressive, whereas Bucky's kind of calm and like trying to make her not freak out all the time. You know, kind of kill everybody, because she really doesn't like Steve half the time. Like, really doesn't like him. Which is just crazy, because whenever I had first, like, started trying to... Can you try to say my name? I would pronounce it Hadassah Barnes. But I might be saying it wrong. Just sounding it out, I would say Hadassah. But that's the relationship I'm trying to kind of build. Which is why she kind of like explodes after Infinity War. With like, because she loses, you know, Bucky and Wanda. I'm gonna keep those the same. And right now, spoiler, you know, Hela goes with her, like, or Hela's gone, which causes a whole cacophony of lots of issues there. I don't know if you actually typed it yet, but it is not loading. But currently, I am trying to write the like explanation for why she's not, you know, dead after Endgame. Wait, you're killing Bucky. Well, yeah, he gets snapped. He gets snapped with Wanda and like all of the stuff. They don't beat Thanos the first time. Yeah, I am. My stuff's all delayed, and I'm kind of surprised that the audio isn't as well. Just see what you're seeing. Yeah, Yeah, it's definitely delayed. Yeah, the blip, like whenever they go poof. Oh no, I could never kill Bucky. Never could kill him. He's too special. No, could never kill him. He's a sweet, sweet Bucky. Never killed Nymi either. She's too precious. Hella's a little expendable. I'm not as connected to Hella. She's just kind of there. Sometimes I forget to write her, and I realize I haven't actually mentioned her at all for like an entire page, and I have to go write in like Hella was sitting in the rafters, or Hella was flying to my shoulder, like just something, because I just kind of forget that she's there, which is kind of sad, because I'm the one that made her character and everything, but I just kind of forget she's there sometimes. Which might be because she wasn't ever planned to be there. It was a split decision, and all of a sudden there's a raven that just kind of hangs out all the time. That's half the reason that she got snapped. Because I was like, you know what, I don't really care about her that much, so she could just go away for a little while. Which is why she's so aloof. Like in the story, where she's just like, she didn't actually respond, she just kind of flew away. That's on purpose. I don't really care about her that much. But I don't want to get rid of her. Because of like reasons. I'm trying to develop it like a familiar bond. Yeah, she has Pooh for 5 years. Which I've developed more reasoning for why I did that, but like the real reasoning is I didn't want to have to write her. So in the story reasoning is, you know, she goes poof, from the snap and everything. But it works out because then it gives me more of a reason for why Yes Snow snaps and goes on a little murder spree. You know, because that's something that happens. She goes on her own little murder spree. And I feel like if Hella was there, then the like calming influence would make her chill out. Or Nymi eats her. No, Nymi can't eat her. Hella basically raised her half the time. Because Yes Snow was chilling out in an apartment trying to build a little life because everybody's terrified of a wolf. So Hella was basically raising her half the time. I am adding another wolf in during season 4. And her name is going to be Jay, like a blue jay. Which, there are a few reasons for that, but I don't want to spoil that one because that one is kind of a big one. If you want to know, then I can share that because that's a whole thing. Bucky eats her. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding that. Bucky. I think that's even more crazy. Bucky ear. Okay. No, build a life with Bucky. Well, yeah, she's gonna do that. That's gonna be kind of how I think I'm gonna end season 4. It's just with like them happy. I think I'm gonna do like a prologue with like, you know, a kid and the animals all there and they're all hanging out somewhere. I don't know where yet. We're gonna figure that out eventually. I think they end up back in America, but not totally for sure on that. Sorry, my grandfather just woke up. I had to figure out what the heck he was doing, if he was coming to tell me hi or not. But, yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So, I'm gonna do like a prologue with like that after season 4, which will kind of bulk up the story a little bit and make it a little longer. But there's still like a lot to go. No, Hella raised Nymi because we were trying to build it. Oh, yes. Hella did raise Nymi because we were trying to build a life with Bucky. Yes, that is why Hella basically raised her. You know what, she did an okay job. Nymi's sweet. Until Hella's gone, and then Nymi's not so sweet. I don't know, you wanna see this beautiful line? Ah. That is just, yeah. I might reword some of that, but I am loving that. This is actually kind of early into it. Let's see. Yeah, page 8. Yeah. Nymi's a little dark. She's a little ruthless. she's very ruthless. Which, you know, kind of works out and also feeds Snow's darker intentions a little bit. Which is what I mean by the whole like killing spree. She does what Clint does. And just goes and kills everyone. Oh, the kiss is on page 55. I don't know if you want to read that at all. It's kind of dark, but yeah, that's 55. We are currently on 38. That's I'm like it's gonna be a while. That's after the fight in the airport and the Sokovia fight and some other fluff building stuff. It's gonna be a while. I just like completely forgot to put anything romantic into the story like at all until I reached the end and was like, wait, they were supposed to be a couple by the end of this? Huh. I had to like go back in and like add random lines. Like the whole he kissed her head and she leaned closer. That wasn't in the original draft, like at all. None of that was. The whole them laying in like the meadow together and staring at the stars, that wasn't in the original draft. Yes, you can read all of that I've written so far. Let's see, my Dark Imaginings YouTube. It's all right here in this links area. Right here. So you have A Dark Game of Trust Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4 unfinished. And it should let you comment. Yeah, it should open it up as a commenter. Yeah, like there's my Discord, my Pinterest, which is like all the pages that I've made so far. The number correlates to the season that I was kind of putting stuff together for. So some of these photos will like randomly show up in the coming series. Like this, just beautiful. You know. Possible that I have some of your Pinterest stuff saved in my profile. You might. It took me forever to curate my Pinterest page to show me the stuff I was trying to get. Like the amount of just random Googling I had to do on there. Because I couldn't ever figure out what the heck I was supposed to search to find just like completely model photos. there are still quite a few of those, but not as many. Getting more, what do they call that? Candid photos from like movies and stuff popping up on there. I also watch a lot of movies, so it's very hard to find those kind of photos sometimes. All of the season 2 photos came from basically me just searching Peyton Gray, which, if you do not know, is the protagonist in the Powerless series, which I'm, currently rereading because why not? Show more pictures of like what we're wearing in that scene. I'm trying to fit them in occasionally, but I don't have as many that fit that. Let me open up Finder. Slide this way. I have so many pictures in here. Icons. Yes, no. Outfit, full body. Like, this is what I have, currently. And I try to throw them in occasionally. I especially throw them in whenever it's like fight scenes and stuff. But I'm gonna try to fit some of these in here more frequently. Especially after the Siberia fight scene situation. Whenever they're like just talking at like a house. Or in Wakanda. Or like just whatever's going on. I'm gonna try to fit those in. There we go. I need to tell him exactly what you told me unless you forgot. I did notice I used to do a lot more of them. Like the body shots with like what she's wearing last season than I've done this season. So I need to bring some of those more like back into it. She's never like top of my mind. I'm usually thinking like, what does her face look like when she's like talking like more casual. Yeah, that's a lot more of the photos I've added recently to my personal stuff. So I'm gonna try to especially use that after the fight scenes, because of course she's not gonna be in loungewear whenever they're fighting in Siberia, because that just doesn't really make sense for the context. So I'm trying to throw in like the fighting outfit kind of stuff during the fight scenes, unless her face, and definitely try to bring in the lounge outfits afterwards. I certainly haven't. That memory has been burned into my memory, not my brain. Certainly haven't. No, that's, yeah, brain did work better there. I certainly haven't. That memory has been burned into my brain. A little bit weird, but whatever. Remember, I had originally kind of thought up this storyline. It was going to be a much more brotherly sister relationship, like loving between them, and not so spiteful. Like, she was gonna regret running off with Schmidt, and something was gonna happen, and she was actually gonna fall off the train with Bucky, and it's gonna be a whole issue. Yeah, that might be cool. I'll have to definitely figure out more, because right now she's just kind of in, like, whatever, because she wasn't, dressing for fighting. When, like, or she was captured and everything, like, that wasn't what she was dressed in. She was dressed to go shopping in a market with Bucky. But before the fight scene in the airport, I think I might, like, somehow change up her outfit a little bit. Like, maybe Clint brought her something to wear. So it makes a little bit more sense right there, because she's probably not going to be fighting in, sweatpants and jeans and whatever. Doesn't make total sense, but maybe not. I don't know. I have to figure that out for sure for the visual aspect. But the widow costume will definitely look cool for like the Infinity War battle scene kind of stuff. Also, if you are going to read the documents and everything, if you ever have suggestions, just put them down. I love them because sometimes I am lost and I don't really know what for sure I'm doing. So I love just straight up, this would look better, this might make more sense. I mean, I have like, full on discussion of why I didn't do that, or if it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So maybe something like that, where he brought her something to wear that would, better fighting clothes for, heading up to Siberia to beat up some super soldiers. See you again, you'll be living America's own life. Sometimes I really regret not typing out season 1 on a document. Where I was making it, I literally just went from like episode to episode, typing the text in like the individual blocks on here, and it was a mess. And now I can't find like quotes and stuff without going in and watching the old videos, which is a whole kind of journey. So I'm trying to like remember what happened, and none of the videos are easy to find, and it's just a whole disaster sometimes. So like finding this quote took me like 20 minutes. Like, not even kidding. It took so long to find that quote. Oh yeah, that might look cool. This is, let me scroll down to it, the kind of stuff that I have like right now. Like, like leather with the cape, hood kind of thing. This would probably be closer to what he would bring, just because it's simple with, cargo pants and a shirt. And she always has, her knife holsters. Yeah, knife holster situation. Which is... I like this picture. Because it's, the boots, and she's got the knife holster on her leg, and big one, all that stuff. Yeah. $15, right? That is the right age. Gosh, when did I set her birthday? February. Oh god, is she 15 there? Yeah, she's 15 there. Calculating months. If you wanted to know, her birthday is in February. Miss America. That was a lot closer to like my original thought before I actually started writing it. So I said in one of the community posts some time ago that the story literally ran away from me. It did. This was not at all where I had planned the story to go. Like, ever. I knew from the very beginning Nymeria was set in stone. Like, there was going to be a wolf companion. It was just how that came to be that was iffy. But it was supposed to be a much more cooperative and loving relationship between the siblings. Not antagonistical with good old Yes No screaming at him every other episode that they're in the same scene. I had to cut back the car ride argument so much because it was just back and forth, like a lot. So I ended up cutting it back quite a bit because I thought it was getting overly excessive with just yelling. And that's one of the things I did cut out when I was trying to slim down the storyline a bit. But I mean, it worked out. The story's, I think it's pretty good. It's a lot slower than I would have liked, but it allows for plenty of, like, plot building, development, like, reasoning behind all the decisions. It's not just, oh yeah, she did this for no reason at all. Love the anger. I'm gonna get a lot more of those for this next couple. She's literally just screaming at him for, like, 2 episodes straight. Like, specifically right here is where I had to cut out so much. Like, this, I mean, it's like, you know, a third of a page. It was like a page and a half. There was a lot of screaming. It was a lot. Bucky was screaming, he was screaming, Sam was screaming. It was a lot. So, you know, just cut it out and was just like, oh yeah, whatever. She still doesn't like him though, like at all. And then there's more screaming in Endgame, except she's screaming at Tony and Steve instead of just Tony, or just Steve, whatever. There's a lot of screaming. She's got some anger issues. Which, I mean, fair. I would probably also have anger issues if I had a wolf that is very aggressive, like, living in my head. And also, you know, the whole Hydra kind of torturing and all that. That's probably a good cause for some anger issues. Work, please. Who are they screaming at? Yes, no is screaming at, let's see, this season, a lot of Steve. She screams at Steve a lot. She does not like Steve. Season 4, she's screaming at Steve a lot, again, because she still doesn't like Steve. But she also screams at Tony for a bit. Just, like, randomly. It's just, you know, it happens during that scene that Tony is yelling at Steve, like Sam and Bucky. Oh, Sam was screaming at Bucky, and yes, no, Bucky was screaming at Steve for, you know, leaving her on a train, which, fair, very fair. But I just kind of cut that whole bit out and just left him kind of confused about how he feels instead of just straight up screaming at Steve. Which, I mean, I think it comes later. I can't remember if I cut everything out like that, but I think he does end up getting really mad at Steve at some point. Oh gosh, I can't remember where, but I think it does happen. One, oh, two. Yeah, I did a poll at some point when I was writing this portion on whether y'all would want more, like, talking or just skip past it. And apparently most people wanted me to just skip past it, like 80%. So that's when I decided to just cut out the arguing sequences because it's just a lot of talking. Nothing was really getting done. It was just showing that they all hated each other. I feel like I'm just going in circles with what I'm talking about, but whatever. It is what it is. It's been, like I said, a good, like, month or 2 since I've done a live, so a lot to talk about that I figured out with this story. Oh no, you're good. The reason I'm doing the live is to talk to people. So if I didn't want to talk to people, I wouldn't do the live. I'm doing it so I can talk to people. So you are completely good. Not entirely. delete. There we go. Not entirely. I was waiting 2 hours to the fight was over. Balancing the like Steve bashing and the like Bucky loving situation is a little bit hard, but it's kind of fun. Yeah, I'm the only one. I think you might be the only one in the live. I don't even know if there's. Let's see, where is the live? Oh, it is this. Never mind. Oh, there are stream settings, viewer activity. I don't know how to read this version. 2 concurrent viewers, but I'm pretty sure that just means. Oh yeah, concurrent viewers is the number of people on right now. There is currently only 1 person on, so you were the only one, which makes sense. Why? Most people don't like coming out, hanging out with the chat. I think I've had like 3 people at most. I don't either. Yeah, that is you. Okay. There's 3 others. Huh. You don't know how to, like, how to find the document, maybe? Oh, you're saying you don't know how to read this. Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place. Yeah, so there's 3 others. That would be 4. This is... There's 3 right there. There's 2 now. Huh. Yes, you don't know how to read the document, or yes, you don't know how to read this. Because if you're talking about this, I finally understood what you were saying. It took me a second. I'm a little slow at times. I also don't know why it's called that. That's weird. Whatever. 3 concurrent viewers. 2 concurrent viewers. Something is wrong here and I don't know what. Whatever. I don't know how to read that. I know how to read the doc. Okay. Cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I've never used it from this view. That's why I was having so many issues getting it up and running. Because I've never done like an actual stream where I connect it to like an outside site like web thing and work it that way. I've never done that, so it's a little learning curve. I also don't want to take the time to watch YouTube videos, so it's really big learning curve. I'm trying to teach myself how to do YouTube Studio. Also, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers and like so excited about that. It just, actually, it's freaking crazy sometimes. Whatever, well, let me open it. Like, just 20 away is so freaking exciting. I'm going to try to find time to make an edit in between working and making, you know, like the normal story to celebrate that. I downloaded the song, like saved it, gosh, in February. I'm gonna do one to Army by Nymi. Nice! What is it about? Like, what's your main plot line? I would definitely advise writing out a little bit, at least like planning it, or you get into the situation I did where the age no longer made sense for the way that she was acting, and I had to change it halfway through the season, and everybody keeps asking me which one's the right age, because it went from 16 to 14. What kind of dogs? Oh, we have golden doodles. They're sweet, but they bark a lot. We got them both during COVID, and they just kind of feed off of each other's anxiety. So, you know, it is what it is sometimes. Mine has been getting better. There's 2 of them. Mine's the female, and she's been getting better. I'm taking her, more walks the last year, taking her to PetSmart, that kind of stuff, so she can get around people again. It's been working. She doesn't bark as much, especially at like baseball games and that kind of stuff. So it's better. Charlie that's the male. He's just a disaster. I don't think he has anxiety. He just barks to bark. Like, just straight up, he goes up on our balcony and just barks at people for no reason at all. Just because he can. Which is very annoying sometimes. There's like nobody outside and he's still barking. But, I don't know. I still love them. They're still sweet. Realized I've been sitting in silence this whole time. Put some music on. Nope, that's the wrong one. Yes, he does. It's a disaster sometimes. Like, trying to get things done and he's just barking his head off. Never ending for like 5 minutes. It's like, really? And then mine will just randomly bark. And then it gets him going again. Like, they just feed off of each other.
It's funny how it's so damn hard. I'm just trying to live, and now I'm seeing stars. Oh, panic attack.
I love this song. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but I freaking love it.
Watch the torch set aflame, watch it burn, watch it fade, watch the armies gather suit. Someone's gotta win and lose. They say my heart is almost black. Well, baby, who's to blame for that? Who's to blame for? Count your blessings, count your minutes. Played my game, hell, now you're in it. Bittersweet, my renegade. And I'm anything but tame. Grab your sword, you might just need it. 'Cause I'm not afraid of cheating. Oh, I hate to tell you this way, but villains aren't born, darling, they're made. Scream my name when they run. Honestly, it's kind of fun. Scream it louder when they fall. I'm never satisfied at all. They take until you give. You taught me well, now watch me win. Now watch me win. Count your blessings, count your minutes. Played my game, hell, now you're in it. Bittersweet, my renegade. And I'm anything but tame. Grab your sword, you might just need it. 'Cause I'm not afraid of cheating. Oh, I hate to tell you this way. I aim before I kill. Live only for the thrill. It's bad, I know, but still, there's nothing left to lose. Don't tell me it's not fair. Believe me, I've been there. I'd much rather be alone. If I'm sitting on a throne. Count your blessings, count your minutes. Played my game, hell, now you're in it. Bittersweet, my renegade. And I'm anything but tame. Grab your sword, you might just need it. 'Cause I'm not afraid of cheating. Oh, I hate to tell you this way.
she villain or is she good? Because it sounds like you go either way.
Nurses, are you tired of spending weeks or even months finding the perfect job that matches your specialty with your ideal shift and salary? LinkedIn has improved your job search experience. Search by specialty, the shift you want to work, and the salary you want to make. Go to linkedin.com/nurses and begin searching today. That's linkedin.com/nurses.
Note, side effects may include less time finding the perfect job, working a shift that you love with a salary that can take you to St. Thomas, Jamaica, and continuous smiling because of how simple this process was.
All right, here we go.
New Phineas and Ferb is here.
We're back, baby.
For 104 more days
I know what we're gonna do today.
of summer vacation.
I am ready for summer shenanigans. Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna bust Phineas and Ferb once and for all!
Are we gonna do this again?
New inventions, shenanigans, innators, adventures, and songs.
Brand new summer vacation.
New Phineas and Ferb starts June 5th on Disney Channel and next day on Disney Plus on DisneyPlus.Disney.com.
Where's she? Goes dark. That is really loud.
This must be.
That is weird because I can barely hear it. Let me. Oh, did it again. Alright, we'll see you next time. I'm gonna move music onto my phone because I can't even hear it, and apparently it is really loud for y'all, so that is honestly kind of weird. Let's see. I was trying to. Oh, that's loud. I was trying to play it off of the computer, but that doesn't really work since the speaker is right next to the microphone on the computer. Oh, I tied a knot. Oops. Whatever. On the side, jumping from the train, parachute ripped, and I crash landed. It's awesome. I hope your story goes well. I would definitely advise kind of writing out your plan, even if it's just like bare bones. Like for this season, I just try to comment on your shorts. Alright, I hope you see you around. For this season, I had like just straight up bullet points up until like halfway through, and then I had enough that kind of made sense, and then I didn't do it anymore. I love you too. Bye. Thank you for supporting and hanging out. I really, really wish I had done bullet points for season 1. But then again, the story probably would not be anywhere near where it is right now if I had. It would have gone in a completely different direction. Somehow. I don't know how I would have done it in another way, but it really would have. That's a pretty cool name. I'm gonna be honest. That is actually really cool. And I will try to remember your name and connect it to whatever profile you change it to. Always takes me a second because I remember you first by your picture and then slowly learn your name. Yo, I'm hungry. I'm about to figure something out. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. That's why I'm hungry. Hey, when are they gonna come home? Jeez. Parents took my brother out to baseball practice. Of course, it's like 45 minutes away, so who knows when they're gonna get home. And I think he's bringing a friend home, which is a little worrisome. Because he's 10 and boy, so they're just a nuisance. I have a different account. Okay. You gotta link it whenever you finally get started. I definitely want to check it out because that's awesome. Look a few things. It almost died of exposure before some soldiers found me. Yes, I have a good old 6.5 year age gap between me and my brother. I was definitely supposed to be the only child. And he's a pain. He refuses to admit some of the lovely horror stories that he is involved in, including, like, peeing on my backpack because I wouldn't get up and make him cereal. He was a little freaking terror as a child. I say a child. As a toddler, he was a terror. I think his friends are worse sometimes. I have just recently discovered dirty jokes and love those. Okay. Yeah, he's mean. I say that like I can't just make him stop. No, I can't. He's not listening to me. He's a terror sometimes. He's like full on freaking 10-year-old whenever he hit his toddler years. He's a little freaking demon. He gave my mom a black eye with a water bottle once. She had to repeatedly explain to her friends that no, her husband did not beat her. Her toddler did. He gave her that 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. That's terrible. Most of the injuries my brother caused me were accidents. Or attempted murder. Who knows what's going on in toddlers' minds. He shoved me down a slide, and I split my chin open and had to get it, like, glued shut again. Which my whole family is adamant he was not involved in at all, but I vividly remember him shoving me down a slide. Oh my gosh. Do you have a concussion or anything? Because that's bad. Mine is not big on physical pain. He just kind of pees on my stuff. That's I think that one's worse. Yikes, that's yikes. Oh, yeah. I have been lucky enough to not have a concussion yet. Hopefully ever. But from reading about concussions, I bet that sucked. That's ouch. By the way, where did you find Wilson? It's kind of okay now. I feel that my brother's hit my shoulder, and I'm like, you're 7 years younger than me. You shouldn't be almost as tall as me. He's almost as tall as my mom, like full on like eyebrow height. Like he is almost as tall as her. And I stand 5'5" about. I might be closer to like 5'6" by now, but it's about 5'5". I'm like, you're too freaking tall. I can't hold him down anymore. I used to be able to just kind of lay on him and he couldn't get up. Or he's being a little shit. Not anymore. He can full on like do push-ups and throw me off. Like this isn't fair anymore. I can't hold you down. Yeah, last time I went to the doctor for my, physical checkup, whatever, last fall, I was 5'5", but I'm pretty sure I've grown like an inch or two since then. My dad's 5'10", and I'm quickly approaching his height, which is kind of surprising because I'm 17 and I'm somehow still growing. My mom is 5 even. Dad's about 5'10". I think I'm probably a good 25 pounds heavier than my mom. Yeah, I think that's about right. We're a whole size difference. I think she's small in pretty much everything. I'm in a medium. No, she's extra small. I'm small. I don't even know my own clothing size sometimes. It's a mess. Ouch. That hurts. Ow. I helped him and thought I should take down hour. Dang. Didn't realize it had already been an hour. Probably gonna end it in about 10 minutes. Go figure out what the heck I'm gonna eat for dinner because I have not eaten since like 9 o'clock today and I'm kind of hungry, so. Oops, that was wrong. To be wiser. Oh, dang it. I may or may not get back on tonight. Probably not, but I think I'll be back tomorrow or like the day after. Okay. Yep, I'm a Central Time, so good ol' 8 p.m. See the world from below like I do. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. It's yelling, friggin' mini heart attack. Charlie! Quit. Hey. Welcome. No, I get it. I hate when that happens. Hey, can you hear me? Welcome. I am working on episodes 101 to 110 right now. We had a whole discussion about Nymi earlier. Of course, I could freaking go on about Nymi and Hella and their whole story for like hours. Of course, it'd probably just be in like circles, but thank you so much. I love making stuff for this channel. Like, honestly, it's amazing sometimes. We're almost hitting like 1,000 and I swear I'm like giddy, like laughing like every day, which is how close and just crazy it is that it's gotten this far. I think I'm gonna do like another edit for 1,000. Chat is delayed. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix it. It's my first time using like the actual studio and out streaming from like another site. So it might be a little bit more delayed than usual. I don't really know how to fix it. So I might try to figure it out before I do the next one, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it shouldn't be that delayed because the chat's coming straight from YouTube to YouTube, so I don't know why it's delayed. I feel like it shouldn't be, but it's weird. It might also just be my internet. My internet's kind of bad most of the time, so who knows what's going on there. Also, just found out, apparently you can chat with people on Pinterest. Somebody messaged me on Pinterest, and I had no idea you could do that. I had a whole discussion on where Nymi comes from, and Hella, like what their whole inspiration thing is, which is kind of cool. Finally got to share that with somebody, because I think way too much about why the characters did what. I mean, I spent like 3 days trying to figure out what the heck I was going to name Hella until I settled between Morrigan or Hella. Both kind of death related. And I went with Hella because I thought it would be funny for her raven to be named after Thor's sister before Thor even knew he had a sister. Which I'm going to have to figure out how to kind of shove into the story somewhere with him realizing that, which is just kind of funny. I don't know where I'm going to put it though, because what I've written so far is like really dark and depressing stuff, so I feel like a joke about that really wouldn't fit. It's pretty dark because it goes from like the highest high, page 1, to to like full on she's just not even talking by page 6. It moves fast. Gosh, I just love these lines right here. They're freaking beautiful. Some like just it's first, you know, like love confession kind of thing. I think it's the first one. What did you tell me? Why would this not click through? Y'all are gonna love the next line. If this will ever click to the 15. There we go. Look at that. The most important thing to me right now. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Go get some food and stuff, you know. So, I will hopefully see you guys later, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Figure that out eventually. Probably won't figure it out till I'm actually doing it, but it has been fun hanging out with you guys. Make sure you stop by next time. We can hang out some more. Can ramble on about the characters forever, because I do that a lot. But yeah, See y'all next time.